Hey Retro fans, welcome to another episode of Retro Gaming Memories. This episode is just going to be a quick kind of pickups video. I know I said in the last couple of videos I think that pickups are becoming rarer, which they kind of are. But there was a first event. There was a replay, the guys that do replay of our play events or whatever you want to call them, the guys that do like Blackpool and all that kind of thing. They have like the London Gaming Market and such like, and for the first time they did one in Glasgow. It was at the weekend, just past the 10th, is that right? No, the 9th, sorry, 9th of November. So my pal Charlie and I went along and had a little look, wandered around. There was maybe, don't know, 15 stalls there, maybe something like that. 15, 20 stalls, maybe something. A few stalls selling artwork and things like that, and plushies and bits and bobs. But there was maybe 15 kind of actual sort of game stalls selling retro games, and the quality ranged from the guys that are normally at play, the kind of big vendors, to a couple of kind of more independent vendors whose stuff was not the cleanest and didn't really kind of inspire you to buy it. Some of it was overpriced. One vendor wanted 10 quid for a second-hand PS2 controller. I was looking for a PlayStation 2 controller, and they wanted 10 quid for it, and it was manky. It looked like somebody had been eating it. So yeah, I kind of stepped away from it rapidly. But there were quite a few good vendors there, and I did buy some bits and bobs. So I've got the stuff here, and I just thought I'd quickly kind of run through it. Fun info. It was good to have a local gaming market. It was only like £4 for tickets to get in, and there was plenty of stuff there. The oddest stall I saw was the RSPB had a stall there. Not entirely sure why, but it seemed to be getting some attention. I do love birds and stuff, but I didn't partake in the RSPB's offering. Anyway, I did buy some bits and bobs. So, the first thing I've got to show you is there's a guy who prints arcade marquees and movie and game posters and the like. And they're printed on a kind of canvas, a sort of vinyl canvasy thing. So, I'll show you what I got. I got Space Invaders. Now, these are kind of full size. That's maybe 26 inches, something like that. So it's kind of proper size, maybe slightly bigger than the actual arcade cab. But they're printed on this vinyl kind of stuff. So it's not translate paper like a normal marquee. So they're designed for decoration. If you put that behind a backlight, I don't think anything would get through it. Although maybe I'm holding it up to the light here, maybe. I don't know. But I bought them for decoration. So they're going to be either framed or just pinned to the wall. Alan at Mainmeister has a few of these up in his games room, and they look cracking, and I've always admired them every time I go around. So I actually saw the guy and I managed to pick them up, and yeah, so we got some Space Invaders. Pop that down there. I got Outrun, classic, and I mean these are really good, high quality. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or no, but they're really good quality prints. You know, there's no blurring or anything. They're proper high quality artwork. So looks cracking. Outrun, obviously a good one. And lastly, a cracking marquee, Asteroids. So I got the three of them. They were what were they, £5 each, or 3 for £12 or something like that. It was £12 for the three of them anyway. So to be encouraged. So those will go up. I'm going to put them up in the arcade. I'm not putting them up in this room. The arcade is kind of ongoing. I'm making progress with it, with the kind of building bit of it, all the insulation and all that kind of stuff. There's no actual walls or anything up in it yet, but that's kind of the project for it. It's been put on hold really until spring, once the weather kind of gets a bit better. It's too cold and wet to be doing stuff. So I'm actually building another arcade cabinet. Well, I'm building a pinball cabinet at the moment. That's what I'm doing in there. So my plan is to build a pinball and at least one more arcade cabinet prior to actually putting the walls up, so that I'll have a kind of ready to go arcade. Once I get the actual walls up, we'll put up the marquees and stuff as decoration. So that's the plan for those. Anyway, I did buy some other bits and bobs. I bought one Amstrad game, and that is Green Beret. Just getting rid of the glare there. Green Beret. So it is complete. Let me just get this out here. So you've got the tape, obviously, and the inlay with the instructions. So there we go. Multi-format. Are they multi-format? Just have to growl at this while I try and... no, they are not. I have to growl at it because I've not got my glasses on, so to focus I have to kind of... Anyway, those are Amstrad specific instructions. I thought they were multi-format, but there you go. So Green Beret, I love these sort of iconic Imagine... Let me just put this box back together, it's falling apart. Get in. There we go. So yeah, these iconic kind of Imagine covers, like Ye Are Kung Fu and all that kind of stuff, I do love them. Although Ye Are Kung Fu's in a clamshell, not in a case like this. But that's totally iconic to me. And I didn't actually, obviously because I've just bought it, I didn't have this release in my collection. I had it when I was a kid, but I didn't have this in my collection just now. So this was only £6, which I thought was a pretty decent price. This can go anywhere between kind of 8 and 12 quid on eBay. So £6. I haven't tested it, but to be honest, I'm not too bothered if it doesn't work. I would like it if it does work, but I've got other means of playing the actual game. Like I've got the disc, the DDI3 disc emulator thing, so I can still play the game on the proper hardware, but I like having the instructions and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, moving swiftly on, so I've been going through a little bit of a PlayStation 1 phase at the moment, so I was having a look primarily at the PS1 games. I had a quick flick through some of the PS2 games while I was at the gaming market, but there was nothing really floated my boat. But the PS1 games I thought were alright, so I picked up a few. We'll start with the weakest of the bunch, I suppose. Don't know, it depends on your opinion. Excuse me. I have, it's up there somewhere, over there, yes, up there. I have the original V-Rally, which was a game that I bought back in the day. I had it, and it was a kind of unofficial knockoff, essentially, of Sega Rally. It was that kind of arcade racing thing, which was pretty good. So I had the follow-up back in the day, and I don't have it now, but I do now. So V-Rally 2. This is complete. All the games that I've bought are complete. So, you know, disc and instructions and all that. But V-Rally 2 is just a follow-up, and I think it improved the physics slightly. We'll see if we can get that on camera. There we go. So, not too bad. I haven't tried any of these out yet, but it looks like weather. They've got weather symbols on the front of it, just there. Oh, glare. So I think weather must be a kind of big part in V-Rally 2. I haven't played it for a long time, so I can't remember. But and in a similar vein, I was cataloguing my games the other day there because I kind of lost track of what I sold when I moved. So I started recataloguing them just to try and keep a tabs on things. And there's a cracking beat 'em up on the PS1 called Fighting Force. It's a bit like a 3D version of Streets of Rage. And it's pretty good fun. And there was a sequel, Fighting Force 2. I think V-Rally 2 cost me about £4, which was alright. Fighting Force 2, again, it's all complete. I actually questioned, this was kind of in a wee sealed bag thing, and I did question whether it had the manual because it feels really light. The manual's really thin, but it is complete. So Fighting Force 2, didn't get rid of the glare, oh, too many lights and things going on, but anyway, it's a beat 'em up. It's a 3D beat 'em up. Don't think that was expensive. That was maybe £6 or £8. which I didn't think was too bad. And then what we'll do next, a game that I had back in the day again. I think I first played it. I would have hired it out of Blockbusters. They used to hire PlayStation games back in the day. And I either played it as a rental or I had it on a demo disc. And I quite liked it, even though I'm not a sports guy. I don't do sports. Can't be bothered with it. But I enjoy some sports games. And this one, Cool Borders, was one that I particularly enjoyed. And the closest I ever got to getting this on a kind of follow-up console was Amped on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Amped was really good. But Cool Borders, I remember being great fun. It's like 1080 snowboarding on the N64. That was good fun as well. But again, all complete, which is nice. There you go. And I think I got a bit of a deal on this. Now I've not checked the prices on eBay, but this cost me six quid. But the guy had it on a tray, and what they usually do is there's a tray at the front where you can kind of flick through the games, and the kind of more expensive games are up towards the back where he has to hand you stuff down, or the vendor has to hand you stuff down. I'm saying he, could be a she. And I was looking and I picked that up because I thought, oh, Cool Borders, I've not seen that for ages. I've been after it. Let's keep a hold of that while we're having a flick through. And then I noticed that Cool Borders was also up in the kind of more expensive, hard to reach bit. And the guy had it marked up at 16 quid. So I don't know what happened, whether he's just mislabeled it or whatever, but I thought I'm having that before he changes his mind. So yeah, I bought Cool Borders. What did I get? Cool Borders and V-Rally 2 for the same guy. So yeah, so Cool Borders, I'm looking forward to playing that again. Obviously it's a kind of iconic snowboarding game, see what it's like after all these years. I haven't played it for many moons, probably since I got my PlayStation originally back in the day. Anyway, the next one up was a game that I saw and I thought, I've been looking for this for a wee while. Again, it's another game that I had back in the day. It's a light gun game, which I used to enjoy. I like my light gun games. Excuse me. And I remember this being terrible, but I kind of wanted it again, even though it's terrible, and it is Judge Dredd. Now, if I remember correctly, it's kind of harder to find this version. There's a classics version that was a re-release. It's harder to find the kind of original full price release. So it's a kind of 3D polygon Virtua Cop type shooter thing with some dreadful acting in it. But it's based in obviously in the Judge Dredd universe. So there we go, that's the whole thing. And it's just a light gun shooter. You can play it with a D-pad, but why the hell would you? So I got that for 12 quid, which I thought was not too bad, because it goes for usually more than that. It can go for like 20 odd quid on eBay. So I'm pleased to have that, especially it would be in the original release. Usually it's only the re-release that you can kind of find quite readily. So happy with that. And the last one was a kind of spur of the moment purchase. I saw it and I thought, I'll give that a go. Now I can't remember, I might be making this up. Anyway, the game, I'll tell you the story in a minute. The game is Return Fire. And there we go. Try and get the glare away. Oh, stop it. There we go. Now, I'm hoping, and I might be wrong on this, so don't shoot me down in the comments. There was a game on a 3DO, and I'm sure it was Return Fire. It looks the same, where you're kind of driving about blowing stuff up. And the 3DO version was famed because it had a classical soundtrack. I'm sure it was Ride of the Valkyries that had in it, which to show off the CD capabilities, streaming CD music as you were playing. And I quite liked that. It was quite a good kind of blast on the 3DO. I've never owned a 3DO. One of the guys that I used to kind of go to a retro club, Billy, had a 3DO and we used to play on that. It was good. So I'm hoping it's the same game. I can't remember if it is or not, or if it's a kind of sequel variant or whatever. But regardless, it looks good fun, and I'm going to give that a go and see. And And if it's the same game, then great. And if it's a slightly different variant of it, then great. I'm happy with that. We'll see what it's like. So that was the most expensive game. That was 18 quid. But again, it's in good condition. It's all original. It's not a re-release or anything. So we'll give it a go. But that's it. So that was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games and 3 marquees, which wasn't too bad going, I suppose, for a quick hour shopping. But yeah, so that's it really. Just another quick pickup video, and that's it. Just let me know if you like any of these games or if you don't. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.